Or not. It hasn't loaded yet. That's fine. Welcome, everybody. Legendary Tales. Soulforged, episode 25. We have 25 episodes of Soulforged. How's that feel?
I've been here for like 4.
I know, right?
25 of history, I don't understand.
If anyone could do a quick recap. Hold on. I think I have to turn Sneck up a little bit.
So last week's episode, that was the gang talks to the gods.
Yep.
Basically, bad things are going down at Nilhund. Armies of the undead, spires of temper, eyes of Mumbal falling out of them. We had a bit of a discussion about going there from the warband's territories. Sadis got joined up on a warband with Absalom. Kuzma talked to a god for us, or helped us talk to the voice taker to ask some questions. Which question we asked, and the question that we asked was trying to find another Soulforged, and we got pointed in the direction of that, and we are heading in that way now. However, we also talked to some other gods. We asked how to find First Brother. We saw the city of Talaka and some other details. Let's see. We did a lot of talking to gods. I have a lot of god talking going on in here. Rep disseminated some information about his portable ballista. Realized he was going to need some better materials, but he's trying to outfit the warbands for better defense a little bit. And then the party headed to the Akat outskirts. Sabas went into town and got some maps of the underground and got some information. Apparently, we need to be prepared for basilisks, vine creepers that can climb on the walls, and blood hunters, who are crocodile lizardmen, who wear red jade as part of their uniforms, and they are going to fuck us up.
Okay, that's pretty much it. So you guys, you have gone to Nilhund, correct? You're there. You did yeet over there, right?
We did not.
Verdengard.
Oh, I meant the Verdengard. Sorry, you guys have yeeted to the Verdengard.
Yeah, we did. Sabas went into town and got us maps and information, and we camped on the outskirts, and then the world went blank, and we all decided to just sit and wait for a second.
I think you were discussing what we were going to do, and I believe it was take the tunnels, I think was what you decided.
I think it's the tunnels part as far as you can, and then whatever else happens the rest of the way. That's cool. Okay. That being said, where is my music? Oh yeah, I was looking for that earlier, but didn't really. So I need to mute this one. So you guys are currently. Oh wow, you guys are currently in. Oh my gosh, how did I let that happen? You guys are currently in the town of Akut, and you are sort of on the outskirts. Sabas went into town to try and get tunnel maps all the way to that center area, this dark place in the middle, and she definitely did. Now it's up to you guys how you would like to get there. Do you want to go through the tunnels? Do you want to walk overland? You would need a ranger guide to take you overland.
I love this.
I mean, Sabas is in the mind that I got the maps, I know how to the tunnels, I'll go this way. That's always been her route, so that's what she's going to vote for.
Okay, what do you want to do, Lorishik?
If we do take the tunnels, does it still make sense to bring a ranger guide regardless? Just in case we do end up going above ground later.
Possibly. It's up to you guys. Really, the tunnels are going to be about the same either way. Yeah, so it's up to you guys.
Maybe. I mean, my thought is that a ranger would probably decline that. It's usually rangers to have their one territory and don't like to go in other ones.
Rangers do prefer to go the way they know.
I feel like we did a roll last week about Rep knowing about the blood hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Did he share that with the rest of the party, or is that just in his brain?
Let me see. Was that the history check? Do you think that's a history
check? I'm going to
check?
guess it was, but I don't remember what came out of that. Was that just the... Crocodile Man's in the jade uniforms, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. As far as you know, these are like a fairly new faction of the lizard folk that live in the swamps. And they have become empowered. Oh, it was also the fact that the blood hunters are specifically those crocodile guys, where they're like the warrior caste of the above ground lizard men. And that was like the big difference. That was what that role was for. Remember that you were trying to figure out what they were, and they were like
That's right. Yeah.
the Neheb Ka of the overground. So that was like
Right.
their deal.
Yeah,
So
I got you. I remember now. I remember.
Yep. It's all coming together. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Rep did intend to share that with everybody, whether he actually did or not. I don't think he did. So he's just going to give everybody the rundown to look out for crocodiles in red uniforms.
Would it be possible that we run into some of these even before we make it to the tunnels?
It stands to reason that they would be defending the entire territory. If one of them found a tunnel or was in front of where we were entering the tunnels, yes.
I
think that we should.
Go ahead.
I think we should try to get a ranger to take us as far as they'll take us until we get to the tunnel entrance, and then if they want to come with us, like, I'd be happy to pay. But my concern is the tunnel entrance. If my notes are correct from when we get out of the tunnel, we won't be exactly where we need to be at the fountain. So we'll still need to cross some land when we get out of the tunnels.
So do you guys want to go back into town and try and talk to someone, to one of the little geckos, or Sabas could probably go talk to one of the geckos if she wants to. It's up to you guys what you would like to do. Because they're not going to know the tunnels nearly as well, but there's something about rangers, not being able to be lost except by magical means in most cases. You get what I mean? So it's up to you guys if you want to go try and find a ranger to help lead you through the tunnels or overland. So, yeah.
Well, what do you guys think? Spooky, it sounds like you want us to go grab a ranger either way. So
I think we should grab a ranger either way.
Yeah.
I think that the tunnels might be safer given the.
Travis's thought is that she's the guide of the tunnels, but she doesn't know much about the land. So having someone to guide them when we're done with the tunnels would be a good idea, or at least some sort of like above ground map that would help. Because her tunnels aren't really surface; this is a bunch of tunnels. They're going to go in here and out there. Out here is probably around this area.
Sure.
The ranger might also have more insight into the blood hunters.
that is a very good point. Sabas, would you mind returning to town to look for a ranger? If not, I can go.
I mean, Sabbath will probably do it, since she's not the one that needs a disguise. So yeah, she'll go back.
Okay, so you head right back in. Are you just going to go straight back to the place you bought the map, or were you going to go try and find someone else?
Would he be a service ranger? It sounded like he was one of my map tunnel friends.
You'd have to try and find one of the actual rangers. So the Akut and the Verdengard have these like ranger lodges that fall just outside of town, usually on hilltops or in deep forests. And yeah, you'd have to go talk to them specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll head around to the outskirts and try and find one of the lodges. You want me to roll something for that?
No, you can find it fairly easily. There's a large trail that leads up to it. And you get to like the entrance, and it's a huge it's like a giant giant log cabin that has a bunch of like pelts and stuff on the outside, like scaled hides, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's just a huge building that has like a bunch of chimneys that clearly have smoke coming out of them, and directly in front of them there's like a large Goliath with a ginger beard just sitting smoking a large pipe.
We'll go up and talk to the Goliath.
Sure.
So Sabos will walk in front of him and then take a seat next to him and go, "You ranger?"
I am. What of it?
Looking for a guide.
To where?
Talaka. I can't pronounce that. This place. Yeah, Talaka. Talaka? Close enough.
You're going into the swamps in the middle of like everywhere, basically.
Yeah,
Would be the description.
into the songs.
He just sort of looks at you and goes, You're gonna have to go find Shorty. He's inside. Look for
Shorty.
the dwarf. Wait. What is he now? I think he's a goblin.
For the goblin?
Yes.
Someone sharp. Okay, thank you. Samus will give him a nod and then head back inside.
You head inside, and there's these large dark wooden doors with like wrought iron handles. The second you open up, you're hit with like the smell of cinnamon and like allspice, and you
Ooh,
get
comfy.
inside. And directly across from you, like the first thing you notice is there's everyone in here is like a Goliath or large race, and at the very back there is the most muscular goblin you have ever seen in your entire life, and he's sitting there with like there's like a weapon behind him, but you're not really sure what it is, and he's sitting down on a stool that's covered in like animal fur.
I was told to find the short one. I'm going to go walk towards the short one and say, what's up? Looking to hire you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we need a guide through the swamps.
Oh, I could do that all day. And he sort of like turns around and he turns back to you, and it's make a history check for me.
Attribute, that's the wrong roll. There we go. 21.
Oh, it's a firearm of some sort that has multiple barrels on it.
Ooh. Savos will nod and be like, yes, good choice. And then we'll take a stool next to him if there's one open and ask, what's your rate?
It's 20 gold a day.
Alright. Yeah, we almost certainly had the money for that. I mean, I got 375 on my own. I've got a few companions.
When are we leaving?
Preferably today.
Right. I'm ready to go now. And you see him pick up like a large sort of like shoulder strap backpack. Sort of looks like a canvas knapsack almost. And he straps it on his chest. And then on that, there's like these huge, like, when I say it's like a firearm, it's definitely like shell fed. And it's like a bandolier combined with his like backpack. And he sort of straps up, he puts it over his shoulder.
I like this, man.
And he sort of walks, and he's like, lead on, let's go.
Alright, Savas is gonna pull out 20 gold out of her wallet and give it to him, and then as they walk outside towards back to camp, she's gonna tell them about where they're going and their sort of plan to partially use the tunnels, and whenever they have to get out, use them for the rest.
Oh, I love me some tunnels. And he sort of like rubs his hands together after strapping his like giant firearm to his chest. He has like this harness that leads and like holds it close to him. He's like rubbing his little knobby hands together, and they're very callous. And he's like, right, I love tunnels. There's all sorts of mushrooms and things you can eat down there. Right, let's go. And he sort of follows you outside of town, and he's like sort of sniffing things and like like taking some leaves and rubbing them and tasting them and stuff. He's like, that may or may not have been poisonous. I don't actually know, but we'll figure it out later. Right.
I'm not sure if you've been in the tunnels recently, but we might have to deal with basilisks and some very hungry.
Basilisk is fine.
Right.
What we really have to worry about is what they've called recently. What do they call them? Molten tongue. That's what they call them. They're basically a basilisk, mutated basilisk that shoots lava out of its mouth.
Seems as deadly as its eyes.
Oh no, they're very small. They're actually the size of like iguanas, but they shoot like streams of molten lava.
And I imagine, yeah, that's gonna be annoying to deal with.
Yeah, it's a little bit,
Anyways,
but it's fine.
onwards.
And you guys are all disguised, right? The rest of you are definitely disguised when you got here.
Yep.
Yep.
About 10 minutes later, after like getting there and taking a little bit of time, Sabas walks up with the most incredible looking goblin you have ever seen. He's literally like basically completely naked except for like a loincloth, and he has a bandolier with some shells on it and a very large weapon strapped to his chest. I think Technician would be the only one that would know what a firearm is. Vidar, you might have seen some in the past, but they're usually like temper based, so they're more like laser guns. But this one is definitely like a raw gunpowder, black powder, like firearm of some sort.
I like how you casually just dropped that laser guns exist in here. That just makes me
They
happy.
used to exist.
I'm finding one eventually. I know I can call it already. It's like, this is mine now.
Like,
when you say
like,
incredible, when you
like
say incredible, do you mean like you wouldn't believe it unless you saw it for yourself, or like impressive?
He is literally a Chad meme, is what I'm getting from the impression.
incredible would be like, why are you? The first part, the incredible would be the best description of it because of the fact that he is so muscular. Like usually goblins are very small and lanky. This dude has no neck. It goes straight from the back of his head to his shoulders. Big. Like, he is ripped for a goblin. He just sort of looks at you guys as he walks up and goes, right. Well, you then. He just sort of walks up to the door. Like, taps him on the leg, is like, what's your deal?
I kill things that way I can survive. What's your deal?
Oh, they call me Bolo. Bolo the Blast Maker. That's what they call me.
That sounds like it could be useful.
Oh, you don't even know. Just, oh, by the way, here's some things I have for you guys if you're going to be traveling with me. And he hands each of you, like, a set of, like, very, very, like, excellently crafted foam earplugs for each of you.
Sabas kind of takes them and goes, "Does it work for me?"
They will, actually. Here's a thing. I've made a thing just for your type, right? And he, like, pulls out from his knapsack, he pulls out, like, a pair of headphone, like little straps that go over the top. They're, like, leather. And it literally, like, you could, like, crank them with a little gear thing to, like, go to your head, and they just cover your ear holes. Because
That's
most
awesome.
lizard people have ear holes instead of, like, actual ears. So he hands one of those to Loershik and one of them to Sabas, and he's like, right. Just, you really don't want to be that close to me when this thing goes off. And
So this is for when you make blasts.
Yep, that's what I do. I blast 'em.
So Sabas sort of looks towards the group and nods. He's 20 gold a day. He's comfortable with tunnels, so he'll let us out. We'll follow us the whole way, and whenever we're out, we'll help with the stat. I've paid for the first day, and we can just take turns as we go.
I am not just comfortable with tunnels. It's my preferred terrain type. Well, other than jungle. I love eating lizards. No offense. No offense. Like the small ones that aren't sentient. You get what I mean, mate?
Listen, if you manage to kill me and eat me, then you know what? You can have a full meal.
Fair enough. That's not my
How do you
objective.
feel about crocodiles in red uniforms?
Oh, are you talking about those stupid blood hunters?
Yes, this is why we wanted to take the tunnels.
Yep.
Everything is pretty dumb until they have a pack mentality about it.
Oh, and some of them do, actually. You need to worry about the Beastmasters and their giant lizards. And when I say giant, I mean like the big old ones where the ground shakes when they're nearby.
I try to like stomp with my foot a little bit, see if I can make the ground shake.
My friend, you might be big, but you're not that big, mate.
I just look of disappointment.
Pay no attention to him. He has body issues.
Do you happen to know if any of the blood hunters have made it into the tunnels?
Not that I know of. Maybe some of their secret types, but I don't think they're that brave. As far as I know, the Vine Creepers are the ones who've taken over it all. So you just gotta be
So
real
it is
careful.
probably preferred that we rush to the tunnels.
And fire. We need to bring torches. Everyone, it doesn't matter if you can see in the dark. We all need torches. That's the only way to stop a Vine Creeper from grabbing you and then strangling you to death and sucking out your insides. Saw it happen to my friend once. He lived. Well, some of him lived, I should say.
Sabas holds up a hand. Is it the light or the heat?
It's the heat.
Damn. She pulls out her little gem of darkness, looks at it sadly, and then puts it back away. I do not have any torches. I usually use that gem.
That's fair, but it's got to be real hot. Like, they're both attracted to it and sort of repelled by it. I was trying to think of a word. Man, having a small little brain doesn't help me at all. Well, relative to your
So
size,
Bolo,
obviously. What's up? What can I do?
you know where we're going, right?
I do know where we're going.
How long do you anticipate it'll take us to get there?
Oh, like 3 days maybe if we're going to ground. If we were to go above ground, it'd only be 2. But you're thinking like, oh, the blood hunters will be all over us before you know it, and it's not really great. You get what I mean? We don't want the blood hunters to be there. That's the objective. You get what I mean, Mike?
Absolutely.
Right. So, shall we set on? Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask your names. What? He sort of like points at each of you. We could start with technician.
Aegis.
Greetings.
No, Phalanx. Sorry, Phalanx.
Greetings, shield men. Right. Who are you, red boy?
I'm the red boy?
You're black and red, are you not?
Yeah, more black.
disguise.
Yeah.
No, he's calling you red boy.
I'm Lord Zvek.
Lorsvek. Right, I'm just gonna call you red boy. And purple lady.
Surrender.
I never introduced yourself.
Man, I didn't ask for your name either, but my name is Abbas Bolo.
Oh, greetings. Well, and then you are
Bolo.
Mr. Green Blue Eye guy. Is it blue?
Flesh render.
Flesh.
yes, blue.
Flesh render. What a name, mate. Right. Yeah. No.
I also remembering at this point that I kind of look like the Beast Butcher.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
Vaguely.
You're like, yeah, like a miniature version of him, right? Is that was your description for him?
Yeah, the deflated All Might.
He was going to go with Taserface.
Interesting. Well, let's get this show on the road, right?
One quick question before we take off, Bolo. Does 20 gold a day buy your discretion?
A defined discretion.
We are going to an uncharted part of the jungle. It is safe to assume that we would like to find something that nobody else has. We would need you to keep that to yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not paid to ask questions, am I? Well, how about we say this, right? So, if we go into the jungle and we find some stuff that's worth a lot of money, if you give me a cut, I won't question nothing.
I pull out
gonna
a
turn and
sack of
look-
100 gold. And I say, how about you take this and we'll determine if we give you a cut when we find out what it is. Value is subjective.
Obviously, but I appreciate the coal either way. And he sort of bows to you and takes it and puts it in one of he has a pocket on his shoulder that it clearly holds gold in it, and he plops a little thing in there. Right. So you've paid for my secrecy, my friend. Yeah, and there you go. And you see him, he has like a string of little baubles on his jacket, or on his on his bandolier, and he starts clicking some of them off.
What are those?
Oh, they're sort of tracking beacon for specific members of my party. So, depending on who I want to know where I am, I sort of put them on, or take them off, or turn them off, or whatever. And certain people can see where I am, just in case I go missing or whatever. But I'm turning them all off except for this one, because that's for my son. He should know, but he doesn't need to know where I'm going. You get what I mean?
That is most wise. Shall we?
We shall. Lead on. Or wait, we need to get into the tunnels first, so I'm going to assume that Purple Lady wants to do it.
Purple lady.
Do it. Sorry, I missed what it was.
Get us in the tunnels.
Yeah. Savis is gonna unroll our map real quick, take a quick look, and then head straight towards the nearest tunnel entrance.
Right. He
And then
just-
we'll show the maps to Bolo.
Oh, I see what we're doing. We're sort of snaking around. And these are updated, right? Because I heard that the
These
whole
are-
underground shifted.
Yep,
So
these are brand new.
All right, let's do it then.
I am a cartographer with sources. I did not do this myself, but you know what? I found someone who did.
Fair enough, right? So let's do it. And he sort of like smiles and then like shakes off for a second. He yawns. Ugh. Right. Let's go. And he sort of leads you surprisingly straight to the the tunnel entrance that's like right next to you guys. Literally like a mile out. He's like, it should be right here. And he sort of points, and there's like this sort of path downward that is super everything. As soon as you enter the jungle, you notice that the outside trees are like willows. So the giant viney trees, and then it like sort of makes way to those huge cypress trees that are like covered in water. And then there's like a little way down with a little waterfall. And he's like, right next to the waterfall should be a little entrance. I'm going to go scout it out. And he sort of looks back at you and says, stay right here. And we're going to go. And I'll give you a little whistle when I'm ready to go. Is anyone going with him, or are you guys going to wait?
I'll wait.
Sabis will offer to go with him because she is a natural at the tunnels and is sneaky. But other than that, if he says no, then she will not.
He nods at you and like wants you to bring him along, and you guys go along like a small cliff face, and you get down to the entrance, which is like there's a waterfall coming down. It's really, really pristine and beautiful. The water is actually green, and then to the left of that, there's like a small cave that has been sort of carved out naturally by the stone that currently smells of like sort of moss and a little bit of plant life. But you could definitely see it right away. Go. You do mind going to get the others? I'll head in just a little bit and make sure there's no creepers. And he sort of, instead of a normal torch, he pulls out like a flare that's clearly off-putting a fairly decent-sized flame.
Sabis nods. Yeah, I'll grab him. Sabis is gonna just head straight back and grab the others. We're clear for now. Let's go.
And you
All right,
guys,
you gotta follow.
you guys start making your way downtown. Walk it fast, spaces passive, homebound.
Oh,
Yeah.
just me. Okay, fine.
You guys get down and you sort of go off the outcropping and you get to the waterfall and you look into the waterfall, and Bolo's sort of there with his very bright, like bright and hot torch. Right, let's go. And you guys successfully enter the tunnels. You're basically right around here. You're basically on the edge. And for the first day, you walk through tunnels. High or low?
Whose turn is it?
I feel like it has to be Sabas's turn, right?
It does have to be Sabas's turn.
High or low, Sabas?
Let's go for high. D100.
Yep, D100. You already know how it goes.
Yeah!
Ooh, okay.
I'm really good at D100s in this campaign. Nothing else. But D100s are just like, yeah.
Let's go. Okay. As you guys go for about your first 6 or 7 hours, you're walking through these tunnels, sort of up and down, snaking sideways, as soon as you get to like a cross, he's like, left, let's go this way. And you go through, and you're definitely heading the right direction. He pulls out a compass, puts his torch under his arm. I need all of you to make a perception check, please. As soon as he puts his torch under his arm, the rest of you are like, are the rest of you holding torches or no?
I have a lantern, but not a natural torch.
So Sabis doesn't have that, so she'd be holding her gem of brightness and probably a dagger on the other hand.
As soon as he puts his torch underneath his arm and starts looking at the map to verify where you guys are, you can see a very slow moving object coming from the ceiling down towards him.
Rock and stone. Uh,
Vid-
could I cast create bonfire on the thing?
That's a
Oh
good.
no, it says I have to be on the ground. Damn it! I wanted a floating bonfire.
Vidar, you said you might have something.
Oh, I was just going to call out to him. Hey, watch out! There's something on the ceiling above you.
He sort of looks up and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he like pulls out his torch, and you see, a very verdant, but it has like almost like as soon as the light touches it, you can see these like glowing blue veins coming down this like giant 3-pronged sort of tentacle coming from the ceiling. And the second the fire goes after it, you hear a, and it like you hear like a strange sucking noise, and then the tentacle shoots back up into the ceiling. He sort of turns to you and goes, "Right, that's why we need torches." So, it's a vine creeper. Not good. So we're nearing a activity area. So, wait a second. And he sort of like puts his ear to the wall. Do you hear that? Are any of you putting your ear to the wall?
Yeah.
Sure.
You put your ear to the wall, and you can hear the mechanical clanking of gears and other little noises in the wall.
Savas sort of lights up and holds out the maps and goes, "I would like to explore this. Like whatever this is the marks."
We need to be very careful
Savas
about
takes a second and goes, "Yeah, probably."
everything from here on. We need to be very careful with. Keep your wits about you, because I've never heard it this far out. As soon as you get near the dark spot on the map, it gets very loud, but I've never heard it this far out before, ever.
And these areas are uncharted on the map, or these are you have updated maps, right, Sebas?
Yeah, she's got maps of down here, but we don't know what's in the walls. I mean, if we were to dig or something, we could do it, but we don't really have that kind of time.
Well, we always have time. It's just how much gold we want to spend with you.
True.
Savas sort of plays with the magical pickaxe on her side.
And he just sort of jots. He's like, "You don't mind if I take a note on the map, right? That this is the first time we've heard it."
And not the first. I'm not the one who made it. You know, maps
Right.
are for friends.
He takes like a little piece of charcoal out from his bag and like scribbles directly on the map, like where you guys are. He's like, "Right, we just need to be very careful moving forward."
You said that this is going to be in the spot in the map that we're moving towards anyway.
Yes, if it gets very loud, like audible without putting your ear to the wall, that means we're very close.
Savas nods. Yeah, whatever it is, it might be in our way. Avoiding random mechanical things underground is usually the best course of action. However, sometimes it means it's some long ancient machinery, which that's my shit. I would love to explore that, but I agree we should take it careful.
Olo, how long do you think by foot will it take us to get to the spot on the map that we're headed to?
Well, we'll be about halfway there by the end of tonight, and if we want to keep marching through the night, I don't want to be tired, but we could easily reach there before tomorrow afternoon.
Do these tentacles typically form themselves in packs, or are they
No.
more sporadic?
It's sporadic. It's all about the relative like ease of getting food, right? The deeper in you go, the less likely there are creatures, so the less likely they're here. The fact that we've only seen one up until now is pretty good. So they usually eat rats and smaller things like that, but they can't go wrong when you get large creatures like us. So just keep in mind, we just need to be very careful.
We are sure to encounter this again if we keep moving, so we might as well keep moving and just be cautious. No need to stop and investigate now.
Agreed. He sort of squints forward. Right. Let's go. He sort of rolls the map up, puts it back in his bag, and you guys keep moving. You make it about halfway there, to about here, in the late evening. And he's like, oh, there should be a little cropping on the right side. You guys get there, and there's a small sort of cavern that has a small lake in the middle of it. It's fairly large, probably 50 feet wide, but there's like a small natural lake that's been dripping from the ceiling into it. He sort of looks at it, takes a little thing on his finger and does it and licks it. It's fresh water. What is going on in here? Oh well, I think this is a good place to camp.
So when the tunnel shifted, pretty much a bunch of the walls broke down. So any surface water or ocean water could be in here. That's what the basilisks are from and where the sabra vines are from. So there's a good chance there's a river above us that's cracked and it's just pouring into here instead of where it should go. We are below the swamps.
That's fair enough. Well, I think we could do it here. I mean, there's no creepers on the ceiling and there's no apparent threats. Maybe we camp here for the night, unless you want to keep going.
If there are no creepers on the ceiling, is there a way of making sure that there remains no creepers on the ceiling?
It takes them a long time to set up. If they're going to change where they are, they have to dig themselves out and then dig themselves back in. It takes about a day or two in order for them to get set up in the first place. It takes them a whole day to unroot themselves and another day to reroot themselves in. So if they were trying to do it, we'd know.
We should camp here, but we should remain vigilant.
Agreed. I could take first wash if you want. Or I could take another one if you don't trust me or nothing.
I will take first watch. I require less sleep. You can take last watch. That way you will also be prepared for the morning.
Sounds good. Does anyone want to go on watch with me, or are we all just going to take separate ones?
I can take watch with you.
Sounds good. No.
You wake me up whenever for a watch. I'm a light sleeper.
Right. What about you? What about you, Red Boy?
I'm gonna sleep through the night if that's okay.
Save your strength. Hopefully we don't need it.
Sleepy time.
And you guys set up your little camp. He sets up like a, interestingly, he puts out like these strange looking logs that are blue with green, like sort of, for lack of a better term, veins running through them. And he sets them up in a like a cross pattern, and then he like blows on them and uses magic to light this crazy fire. And the fire is very warm, but it seems to be artificial and it glows purple.
Small detail. Phalanx is going to set his shield near the entrance of this outcropping.
Okay. Fair enough. Is anyone else doing anything special? No? Okay. Who's on first watch? Is it Phalanx?
Yeah, it's Phalanx.
Go and roll me high or low.
We'll take low.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing happens. Yeah, absolutely nothing happens for your shift. It goes through.
So I should sound the everything is fine alarm then.
Yeah, if you want to. Who's on second watch?
How many shifts are there?
4.
Well, there's three because Loresh took one and sleep throughout the entire night.
Yep.
And then it's two of you guys sharing at the end, so
Oh
it's
yeah, so
Savos for a
it'd be
second.
3. Yeah.
Savos will wake up and be awake.
Nothing has happened. Are you here to relieve me?
Savos will nod. Go to
I am
sleep.
relieved. Sorry, I just really wanted to do that joke.
Damn it, Day.
Yeah, and Rip Rap is the Phalanx is gonna go do his power down thing.
Okay. You want me to higher low then?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Hi. Oh my fucking god.
Again, a whole shift of absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's like getting exactly what you said is not good. Don't do that. And B2K, your prediction does not come true today. All right. Yeah, Savos will be awake for the what 2.5 about hours it is for her shift, and then go and poke Bolo in the oh, I forgot the disguise name for years.
Flesh render.
Flesh render.
Flesh render. Yeah. And poke,
Taser face.
poke Bolos and flesh render, and then just give him a nod. Nothing's happened, and then go to bed. Again.
Okay.
Vidar's gonna make small talk with Bolo while they guard. So if the vine creepers were safe from, what about all the other things that we've heard about? The tunnels, basilisks and such.
Oh, basilisks aren't that big of a deal. They're very slow, so you just run around in circles. It's actually very, very simple most of the time. So it's like, I don't know. And then you got these new, like, sort of strange little tiny lizards that shoot lava. I've never seen it before, but I've heard lots of things. So it's all interesting to me. I'm not fearful of it. The only thing you might have to worry about is up north. I've heard that there's a bullet running around, so we might need to be careful.
Will we be going that far north?
No, but they do have a large range as well. He's full of yawns. All right. And he pulls out his firearm and starts taking it apart, doing maintenance on it. So what's your deal, mate? You Warforged? You seem Warforged.
Partially. Just doing my best to survive. Can I do a history check to see if I remember anything about guns?
Yes, please do, at advantage. You remember them looking different. They more looked like the sort of more like rail guns than this type of like fire, like the actual explosive firearm type weapon. They just look completely different from your experience. They used to have like these giant sort of like plasma beams that just melted entire like areas, where the personal firearms weren't really that they couldn't really scale it small enough to be carried by a person. They're usually like turret mounted, that kind of thing. But black powder or like the explosive firearms weren't really a thing.
So this would be like the latest and greatest, newest model, even if that's old still?
Yep.
Vidar is just going to be like, oh, what is it that you're disassembling there?
Oh, this is my woman. Oh, well, at least that's what I call her. I call her my woman.
I
She's
guess that
quite
would be why you have to
beautiful.
clean her out.
Well, she's quite beautiful and she's quite loud and she takes care of problems that I have. So I like to call her my woman. Just need to find me a strong green lady, but they don't really exist very often. So I made one. Well, I had it made for me by someone who's more skilled in the art of engineering than me. So, yeah. This really nice gnome lady I met a long time ago. I was like, right, I want something that can blow up people. And she's like, right, here you go. And she like gave it to me a few weeks later. And then I just call her my woman.
What was this gnome lady's name? And is she still around?
Oh, her name was Marquise. Marquise Goldglitter. That's a hard word to say with my accent. Goldglitter. He's like sort of sitting there pondering it for a moment as he's like cleaning the weapon. Yeah. She's great. I believe she lives in Northern Vertengard. I don't remember where she lives exactly. Right around Enkia Phosphog. Between those two, she has a small hut right outside the forest. And it's like a blacksmith's hut, except she does engineering. She used to make bombs as well.
Well, that's fascinating. I don't know much about engineering, but I've always found the concept interesting. It seems like you have found uses for engineering yourself.
Oh, absolutely. At least I try. To a degree. It's been a good time, either way. So what brought you and yours here?
Oh, we had heard rumor about treasure in a cave, or near a cave in the jungle, so when we had heard there was not the blood hunters, so things got complicated, and thus we needed your help.
It would be complicated, that's for sure. Well, and he's sort of looking at you. He looks at you strangely for a moment, like looks you up and down, looks around. I feel like there's something else going on.
If you're a part of the Inquisition, I assure you we're not using arcane magic, if that's your concern.
Oh, it's not even that, though. It's just that all of you are sort of familiar in a way that you might be wanted. Like, for example, your disguise is sort of falling off, mate. He sort of rubs his nose.
Oh, which disguise?
The one that covers the fact that you're made of temper. Is it? And he sort of pulls out from his bag. He pulls out a smaller bag and pulls out Vidar, right?
No, flesh render.
Mate, you don't need to hide it from me.
Anxiety rising.
If you'd like to make an insight check to see how he feels about it, you're more than welcome to do that.
The man with the shotgun knows who we are, and he knows we have a bounty. Oh god, oh fuck. He's got a gun, guys, run!
Well, I believe I've seen those posters before, too. Pretty sure there was 4 on those posters, but none of them really match our descriptions.
He sort of squints at you. Well, I'll let you have this one. Flesh render.
Our friend Sabas here, for example.
Well, she's not listed. There was another girl, as far as I remember.
Indeed, that was another girl. That is a different party, perhaps similar to ours, but not.
Go and make a deception check, please. Jeez! Wow.
It's not us. We were dead at the time. Believe us.
He just looks at you and he goes, well, I'll have to take your word for it, mate. And he sort of goes back to cleaning. Not really ignoring you, but just not.
With the price that is on that party's head, I would have to believe that they're already captured or dead.
But seeing the crimes that they committed on the thing, if they'd have been caught, I'm pretty sure the Emperor would have made a deal about it, you know? Enemies of the state. The main enemies of the state. They blew up an entire continent. You'd think that he'd make a big deal of it if they were captured or killed. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the reward is pretty big, unless he did not want to pay out the reward.
Sure. And he goes back, and then he's like smelling. You smell that?
Do I smell that? Also taking a sniff of the air.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please. It smells like... It smells very strange. Like, it smells humid in here. It has that, like, sort of water everywhere smell. And then all of a sudden, it smells like savory meat.
Do I smell this in my sleep?
Go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage, please. Well, for you, it would be at advantage and disadvantage, so normal. Normal perception check, please. Yes.
Would that be the same for
Wake
me
the
as
fuck
well?
up.
Yes. Go ahead and do it.
I do not wake the fuck up.
Yeah, you absolutely wake up, Lorishik.
And Vidar is
Right.
going to react to this smell and then see Loershik stirring and be like, that sounds right.
I get up and walk over to Vidar and Bolo and say, "You guys smell that?"
We do. Or at least I did. I'll go and find out where it's coming from. Maybe we should...
Pull out beef jerky, and I take a bite, and I offer one to Bolo. I offer one to Flesh Render.
Bolo absolutely takes it and starts munching down.
Flesh Render just ignores it and says, is that a meat smell that you recognize? Is there perhaps a lizard city around here?
Should I
Lorishik,
history check?
you recognize it as bacon or pork belly.
It smells like some form of pig, bacon, pork belly, something.
I don't even want to know how you know that.
I like meat.
Very clear. It's very clear what's going on. So, that being said, I think we should wake everyone up and get away from this air. Wait. Hold on. And he sort of looks up, and the water, it's dripping down. You can see, like, the early rising sun has a little bit of light going over it. And he looks at you and he goes, shh. And he, like, points up. As you're sitting there, Loershik and Vidar, you're, like, looking, and you can see the water going from above you. Like there's something giant above you.
I walk over to Rep and like continuously nudge him and just keep tapping parts of him to see if I can find an on button.
Compliance.
And I motion to the above and to the water. hoping that Rep
Bolo
notices, and
points
I
at
go,
Vidar and then points to Sabas. He's like, He starts picking up his like logs for the fire and putting it in his bag.
Vidar goes and starts poking Sabas and also indicates silence as soon as she's up.
Yeah, Savas is just gonna instantly wake up, look at Vidar, understand, and then sort of sit up, quickly pack her stuff, put her backpack on, and then just look around and try and figure out what's going on.
Our earrings actually require us to speak, right?
Yes.
Savas does have telepathy, so she will start poking and prodding at questions, basically to sort of, you know, asking Bolo first, you know, what's going on. Just point me direction I can find out in quiet.
Can they respond to your telepathy?
No, I am telepathic. They are not, but they
Okay.
do understand me. Let me just link the feed. Give me a second. There it is. Okay, yeah, no, I can cast detect thoughts, so I will do detect thoughts. So, retcon. She's gonna message. She's gonna send Bolo. Hey, think about what's going on. I can read your thoughts for the moment that you send. Well, I can read the thoughts that you send out, not all your thoughts. You get the idea.
And he looks at you and he sort of like squints and he goes, "There's very large creatures above us. I feel like the crust is very thin. We should leave so that we don't get caught if they fall through."
Sabbath sort of nods and then sort of relays the information to everyone one by one. Just bam, 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 bam. All of you understand. And then looks back at Bolo and just sends, okay. Down the outcrop and towards the next tunnel.
Yep, you guys start heading your way there. And you surprisingly make it right where you're supposed to be, where it's supposed to come up. He looks at you guys and he's like, he basically wanted everyone to be quiet for the duration of their movement. Just for a little while, far enough when you get far enough away that he doesn't have to worry about you guys being chased or whatever.
Yeah, so the tech thoughts is 1 minute, so at this point it's gone.
Yeah,
It's
not a big deal.
Yeah.
He looks back at you guys as soon as you're out of range. He felt you're out of range. He's like, right. So now that we know they're nearby, we just need to keep moving and get as far away as possible. We should I don't think we should run, but we should go quickly and make sure that everyone has just basically pick a torch, put it up above you. We should be fine, right?
Those are blood hunters, yeah.
Yep. Those are blood
Yeah.
hunters.
Sabbath sort of nods.
It's one of the,
you got a torch for me?
It's one of the beast masters.
Oh, even worse.
He looks back at you and hands each of you one of those like super bright like flare torches. And he like takes off the back cap, and they're actually metal. He hands you like a metal rod essentially, and on the back of it's like a burner, like a flint and steel that you rub over the top of it to light the fuel, and then you put the cap back on the bottom, and that's literally how it works. He's like, right.
Quick question: is this specifically a fire thing, or would acid splash, just throwing a bubble at acid at the goddamn thing, do a similar effect?
Damage is damage. So it's
Damage is damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my thought was like fire and acid would probably be ideal. Okay, cool, sweet. Don't have to always use a torch.
He sort of looks back at you and is like, "We just need to be moving quickly. So just trust me, and we're gonna get where we need to go." And he like pulls out the map and he shows he shows all of you together. Hey, we're going down this way. Go down this way, and he like shows you the tunnels that you're going to be going to, so that if we get separated or something, you can make your way down. But it's never an issue. And he's surprisingly fast for a little guy. And you guys make it to like a small sort of dead end that he says, right. So we're at a dead end. That means that the tunnel should snake right and go upward. We just have to be very careful. I think you're sneaky. One of you is sneaky, right? I'm not very sneaky.
Sabbath raises her hand. I am.
Aren't you sneaky as well, Fleshrender? A little bit sneaky?
I'm pretty sneaky for my size.
Right. So I need you both to go up there and look to see where we're at. Exactly.
Sabbath sort of looks at him. You, me, both?
I can cover you, but you probably have more awareness of where we're at once we get up there.
Yep. I assume you want a stealth check.
Yes, please, from both of you.
Normal advantage.
Advantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh, let's go, dude! What?
We vanish from the party itself and then just go off to do our business. Goodbye, guys. It was nice knowing you.
That is crazy.
Vidar
Yep.
returns saying, I have found the first brother, just FYI.
Yeah, Savis comes back, has seen several of the gods. They have not seen her back. All right, so Savis will, start heading up and realize that Vidar is just as quiet as she is, and just sort of offered, telepathically offered, yeah, you could just come up with me.
I think the best part is that both of you go up there, but neither of you knows where each other are, and you're just like concentrating and you're talking to each other because you both are psychic. So you're both like sending each other messages like, "Where are you?" You're like, "I'm here," but where are you? I'm here.
Marco.
We're both here.
Marco.
Yeah. But you guys,
Dude, what does mine say? Sweet. What does mine say?
Dude. You guys.
Okay, yeah.
You guys get up to the top and you walk outside and you're met with a gigantic cliff face about 15 feet in front of you. And underneath that cliff face, you're basically looking over a large ridge, and directly below you is a large dark water pool that has a very large bronze platform on the bottom of it. It's leading into a large cave.
Pull out map, mark that shit down. Okay, I would like to know more about this. So this is down the ridge, right? This isn't up. This is like there's not like a cliff
You're
there.
basically standing on top of a cliff like this. You're on the cliff, looking down into this pool that's like 50 feet below you, and in it, like submerged in it, is a large bronze platform that leads upward in elevation into a large cave that is directly below you.
Is there any chance that this is the platform that we're looking for?
Yes. If you were to ask technician, hey, is this what you saw? He would say yes. This is what I saw. It just doesn't look how it looked in his dream.
Savis will, Marco Polo to Vidar and go, I got rope. You have legs. You grab the rest. I'll set up the rope.
Before I go, can I do a quick sweep of the area, visual?
Sure.
down
Go
of
and
the
make a
area?
perception check at advantage, please.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Same
Both of
thing
you
for
go-
me as
yeah,
well.
Both of you go ahead. Sabis is not bad. You're good at one thing, and that's
I am
stealthing.
not very. I just am not good at wisdom saves. That's the thing. I have 10 wisdom.
Fair enough.
Everything else I'm okay with.
Vidar, you see off in the distance to the west, a very large plume of white smoke.
What's the distance?
About a mile and a half out.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's
Savis
about out of the ordinary. That's about it.
Yeah. I assume you relay this, Vidar?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. It appears that there's smoke over there, but ideally nobody within range. If we move quickly, we can get the rest of the party.
Yeah, you got the rest of the party. I'll set up the rope and head down. We'll have to go one by one. My rope's not. I don't have the strongest rope in the world. So she grabs her. Well, you said it was like a 15-foot cliff or 50-foot cliff?
50-foot cliff. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gonna tie her two 50-foot ropes together, loop them around the closest tree/rock outcrop. Actually, I have a piton and a hammer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll set up a piton in the rock face, and then loop the two, tie up the two 50-foot things rope together, loop it around the piton, and then she will, well, head down the rope.
All right. Okay. All right. Vidar comes down. Tells you what you saw, and technician, you're probably like, yes, that's exactly what it was described. That's what exactly what it looked like. And then you guys head up to the cliff, and you look down, and Vidar or a technician, immediately you recognize the platform. It's not where it was in the dream, but it definitely is the platform you were looking for.
This is the place.
Sabas is basically at the bottom. Sabas, you're sitting in like waist high water, and it's actually like 75 degrees.
Nice.
So you're
Yeah,
sitting like waist high water on like this bronze platform that is very clearly patinaed in specific areas, and like some of it is not, but that's just how metal wears. It just depends. And then directly in
And-
front of you is a large cave that has
Okay.
like an inlay of bronze all the way around the cave entrance, and you can hear a loud "kuthu, kuthu, kuthu," like a sort of mechanical operation
Oh,
from within the cave.
cool. Yeah, Savis will stand there until she can reclaim her rope.
And as soon as Bolo gets down, he's going to be the last one down. He just is overlooking. He's like, you guys saw the smoke to the west, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Right.
it seemed far enough out that we should have time to get in the cave.
Definitely. But we just
Savis sort of sorry, continue.
need to be aware that that could be a lot of bad things. So,
It may also be issues on the way back out.
that being said, I think we should leave the rope right here so that we have a way to get up the thing and get the F out of here.
So Savis sort of gives a little bit of thought and goes, okay, well, there's two options. One, they saw us on the way down. They're on the way here. The rope helps us escape. Two, they might come this way, didn't see us, and see the rope.
I've got you. And he sort of touches the rope and holds it, and it sort of transmogrifies itself into a vine that also fits the aesthetic of all the other plant life that's around. Without really looking, they're not going to notice it at all.
Savis sort of takes a look at the new rope and goes, one, can you put that back?
Mhm.
Okay, two, can you teach me how to do that? That seems useful.
Potentially in the future.
We'll pay you for it.
Let's get finished with this, and then I'll teach you afterward. How's that sound?
And Savis will give him a curtsy and head into the cave.
Right. As you guys go into the cave, here we go. I need to add you all to the map.
I thought you were going to say, I need to add you all to the combat.
No. There's
None of you check for chaps. Everyone roll this dexterity.
It turns out the cave is actually a very large mimic.
the cave is a mimic.
Yeah, the cave is a mimic. Just the plate just goes chomp. And there's
Don't-
just another one on the other side and just squish.
Don't be a
Just
mimic.
Five,
Don't be
five
a
humanoid
mimic.
pancakes.
Here we go. Here we are. I need everyone to make a perception check,
So-
please.
Is this inside the cave? I'm trying to get the scale here.
So, this
Or
is
is the
the
entrance?
entrance of the cave. To the north is the actual cave itself, and you guys are standing
Okay.
on this large platform in waist-high water, and it begins to rain heavily.
Okay. And head inside the cave.
You are not heading inside the cave
All right.
because what you see around you is there are large 8-footed lizards crawling all over the entrance of the cave.
I'm sorry, I feel like I heard that
Eight-
wrong. They are large 8-foot lizards or 8-footed?
8-legged lizards.
8-legged lizards, got it.
Oh no, they are medium-sized.
So medium sized, but 8 feet.
Yes.
Sorry, 8 foots.
Eight.
No,
8
8 legs.
appendages. 8 legs. They are not 8 feet.
Is it 6 feet and 2 hands? I'll
How
stop.
bad is the
I'm done.
rain impacting visibility?
Heavily.
So we can make out that there's like figures at the cave entrance, but can't really determine how many there are. Where we're
Yes.
currently at.
Yes. You can see at least 3 sort of shadowy objects being being sort of obscured by the rain.
Are we very easily able to tell that they're the lizards, though?
Mm-hmm.
Loershik, do you know of any lizard populations in this area? Are these perhaps friendly or sentient?
These are the basilisks, are they not? I look to Bolo and ask for him to confirm.
It looks like it. It depends. I mean, they're not small enough to be the molten lizards, but we just need to be real careful. We might be able to sneak past them if we're good enough. I've got spells for that, but it depends on what you guys want to do.
Are these ones afraid of fire as well?
No.
Also, Sal sort of holds out your hand and just looks at the rain on her hands and goes, I mean, good luck with that, even if they were.
If there are some out here, what are the odds that there are more inside the cave?
It depends on how warm it is. It depends. If it's warm inside, then there might be more. But if it's not, I mean, it's really warm out here. Like, feel the warmth of the water, right? It's really it's like hot comparatively to most water.
Saba sort of lets it aside and goes, okay. So we see 3 of them now. There's 3 of us that are sneaky. You can take them out. We could each choose one and go from there, or
There
Just
is a
try and
very
go
good
around.
chance we could distract them. Lizard
That too.
vision is mostly based on motion.
out of character, I do have a move speed of 40. Does anyone else have 40 as well?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? Who was that?
Yeah, Vidar has 40.
Okay, so both the rogues are nerds. Got it.
How about this? I can distract them and meet you guys inside. Because they're not fast. Basilisks are very slow.
I can distract them.
He's the one with the boom.
I can also distract them without making a boom that might bring other things at us.
But that's fair. The boom is quite audible from very long distance.
We're gonna reach down and pick up a between 2 and 5 pound rock.
Okay?
I very much
While
like
he's
that
doing that-
specific range.
I point to grab Felix's attention and point to Aegis. That's your dog's name when you're disguised, right?
No, the dog is a shield, but Aegis means shield, so you're not
Got
wrong.
it.
But yeah,
Are you holding the shield, or is it?
yes,
sitting in
holding the
water?
shield.
That's
No,
my
just
question.
holding the shield.
Okay.
Holding, yeah.
All right.
No, the other one. I was going to make a noise over there and pointing over towards the right with a rock.
I just shrug.
Sabbath sort of kind of shrugs. I got the bright gem. Do they like? Do they do they like light? Damn it.
Go ahead and make a nature check for me, please.
Why was that so hard to say? Not even dehydrated.
They could.
20. Could. So Sabbath sort of reaches into her backpack and pulls out a cloth ball and goes, my gem's in here. Bright as fuck. I'm fast. I mean, what better to distract some wild animals than a blinking light? And a very, very fast lizard.
Fair enough. So why don't you go over there, give us a signal, we'll run in, and we'll meet you inside.
Sabbath sort of nods. Well, I can still talk to you from 60 feet away as well. This kind of helps.
Absolutely.
It's around 60 feet. I haven't tested it, but... actually, is there a way to measure tiles on this map? Or do I have to count?
Yes. So on the left side, there's a ruler at the bottom. Just click
Yeah, I
that,
see it.
and then you can measure with that.
Okay. Yeah, so she sort of looks around and goes, okay, I'm going to go to the left side. I need you guys to be a little closer to me, to sort of somewhere within 60 feet of where I'm going to be. She sort of points and to between. I don't know if I can like pinpoint or something on the map where my cursor is.
Yeah.
She's pointing over to here between these two pillars. I'm gonna go behind those two pillars and distract them from there. You guys just be within range. I'll let you know when they start coming to me, and you sneak behind them. I should be able to flee pretty easily and make my own way around.
Oh yeah, and being a ranger, he actually would know. Bolo knows that the speed of a basilisk is only 20 feet, so you can actually literally outrun them. It's not an issue. That's what he's telling you. He's like, all you have to do is get them over there, and then we just run in, and then you just run around in circles, and they can't catch you. So.
Yep. Savas is gonna one stealth.
Okay.
I should have asked if that was advantage or not, but if 14 is fine.
No, it would be an advantage because of your, because of the rain.
Okay. 19. That's
Okay.
probably higher than any passive perception of anyone around here. Move over to here. I'll let everyone else move to where they're supposed to be because y'all are not in the range.
Oh, he rolled an actual literal 0.
Yeah, gamers.
Yeah, they don't see you.
Okay. So pull out the cloth ball and then just basically hold it away from her face so she's not illuminated from it,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of peekaboo with it like 5 times. Just keep going. Just peekabooing until they start moving. Just keep coming to the light.
So
Let's
that
go.
one on the left sort of, you hear a sort of like hissing sound, and they just start slowly like running. They start moving quickly for them. They're basically dashing toward it.
Yeah, before they get that close, I will message one, tell everyone, yo, fucking go. 2, close the gym. And I assume I am still stealth at this point. Dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
They just sort of get over there and start thrashing and like trying to figure stuff out.
Let's go.
And Bolo.
When Vidar gets up to this like little rock lip right there, he's gonna stop and kind of peer into the cave.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
So directly in front of you, there's this large sort of bronze inlaid cave that looks incredibly ancient. Like, Vidar, you recognize some of like the telltale signs that Forald Forge Master made at least parts of this thing, or he was involved in the construction process. At least for this like facility or whatever it is. You're not really sure what it is. Yeah. And you guys, as soon as you enter the cave, you hear the very large clanking and clunking noise of like gigantic gears rolling and interfacing with each other. And directly in front of you, there is a large platform that has 2 sets of stairs leading down to the side.
Does the platform, by any chance, look like the one from Progenitor's room?
No, not this one. All right, and I think this is where we're going to go on our 15-minute break. Because I think my brother brought food back. So, yeah, we're going to go on our 15-minute break, and we'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Let me set that timer, and here we go.
Yeah, this is not gonna work.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Legendary Tales. We are back. We're at the entrance of a dungeon. Bless you. Was that a sneeze?
No, that was just me being extremely high pitched. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. So we're at the entrance of the Forgotten Temple, and let's go ahead and go. I need a marching order, please.
Savas will take up the rear.
I'll go first and suggest that Bolo comes alongside me or behind me.
Okay. He looks at you and he says, "Right. There's a lot of light coming from the right side and not as much coming from the left side. I think we should all go in the same way. We don't want to split up. Are we agreed?"
Agreed.
He sort of clicks back the hammer on his firearm. Right, we're going right or left?
If we go
But
left,
is-
you should go first with your torch. Or do we all still have torches now?
We all still have
Well-
torches.
I feel like stabber vines won't be as much of a problem here. Savas sort of like holds the cloth gem in her hand and goes, "We could just use this."
Well, it looks like it's lit already. We might
Yeah.
not need it at all.
I vote we just head in towards the light.
Right. I'm just adding you guys to the map. Where is technician? There you are. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're missing Ividar. There we are.
Okay,
He's not missing. He rolled a 31. You forgot.
34, I believe, actually.
I think you both are.
You rolled
31.
so well, the DM doesn't know anymore.
Oh, it's 31. Okay.
The roll is stealthed as well.
The deception check for his roll, though. God.
All right. The big thing about this dungeon, I'm going to caveat this from the beginning. Go slowly.
That sounds like check for traps talk.
Do not go too fast, or I will punish you. FYI. If you'd like Bolo to go first, you need to say something.
What are the torches on the wall?
They appear to be gas-fueled, integrated into the wall.
Okay. And what's with this little water thing above us? Where, what is that? Vidar standing in it? No,
That's
who is that?
that's his pet.
Yeah, it's his pet. Okay.
It's two bronze chameleon heads that have, it's basically a fountain.
Seba sort of gets a little whistle and goes, "Well, this is a nicer place than my home."
Ahead of me, I see a bridge, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a deceptively small bridge or is scale just...
It's a very thin bridge with a dead drop underneath it, like blackness.
Vidar, do you see anything beyond the bridge or perhaps next to the bridge?
I only see a wall on the other side of the bridge with a very small place to stand.
And on the sides, it looks like there's some sort of fish head or like lizard boys or something. We need to be real careful. You're disguised as Phalanx right now, technician, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, I'm putting you on top of your guy because you're basically in the same square.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yep.
Woo, space saving.
Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of your dog to begin with, and you just be you for now. And then if we go into combat, you can throw him out or whatever.
Gotcha.
Right. It looks like there's
Although-
fish or something on the sides. You see it?
Savas nods.
do.
Yeah.
He sort of like looks over the side, like, and there's no bottom to that pit that I could see.
Savas sort of Gestures to the last 50 feet of rope on her pack and goes, well, who wants to go first and who wants to hold the rope around their waist?
Oh, don't look at me. I don't weigh enough to do that nonsense.
You look like you weigh enough to go first?
I'll go first, though. I'm not worried about it. Not at all.
Alright. Cyrus will gesture the rope towards him.
He takes the rope from you and easily traverses. And he's like, right. He sort of takes it and then ties it around the base of the torch. Because the torches are, like, integrated into the wall.
Yep.
He ties it around it. So that should be fine.
Cyrus will hold the base of the rope and let everyone else cross first.
Bolo, does it look like there's enough room over there? Is it going to be safe?
The issue, as far as I can see, this is also a dead end.
Hmm.
But
In both directions.
it might be prominent for one of you to come over and help me search.
Yeah. That'd be Phalanx. We ideal for that, right?
Oh, I don't know. One of you could do it, and he just starts walking off this way. Make an acrobatics check or athletics check at advantage, please, because of the rope. If you're trying to cross the bridge.
If I were to fly across, would I need to do a roll?
Not at all. You can fly.
I got 2 brims of flying.
Oh. I forgot about that.
I'm just going to pull out one of my brims and
Right.
cross.
Maybe we should, I don't know. I don't see it. And he starts, like, looking at the wall, like, putting his hands on the wall. I don't see nothing.
Phalanx is going to investigate the south side of the room.
Go ahead. Oh my god, no way, dude. I rolled a nat 20. Like, what the heck? All 3 of you are investigating, and Bolo sort of looks and goes, right. Pull that torch real hard. Let's see what happens. He pulls his, and the wall swings open on both sides.
I'll pull the one on this side. Okay.
Vidar is going to not pull the one next to him.
Uh,
Because of Bolo's already opened his.
He just looks back at you and goes, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not pull on every torch, right? Let's not do it. Just on principle.
Cyrus will gesture the rope to the red boy.
I take the
Or
rope and I
he-
cross.
Right, so it looks like we've got a way down over here.
Cyrus will cross as well.
Makes me very nervous in this room, by the way. And he's just sort of looking down.
I'm going to untie the rope and bring it with me.
Okay. Oh my, he's
More
sort of
torches.
he's sort of standing at this entrance. He's like, "Do you all smell that? It smells rotten." Done it? And all of you get this like smell of like stale water and like a little bit of rotting flesh.
Well, this appears to be someone's place. I wouldn't say home to me, so might meet their owner.
Rep is going to remember what he saw, and he's going to say, "Crocodiles. Smell of water stale, and flesh rotting. Most likely crocodiles nearby."
Or something else. There's got to be something living, right? What do you think, Red Boy?
No.
Is it you woke up to the smell of meat? What you would make of it?
Smells disgusting.
I do. But it's more pungent on the right side. Wait, there has to be more. Where did the other staircase go? Right? There has to be more to this area. Where was the other staircase?
So are these 2 things next to Bolo staircases down?
They are staircases down. One of them, they're both lit at the bottom and you can't really see a lot, but the right one smells horrible.
He's referring to the initial staircases where we had to choose between lit and unlit. where the other staircase did not meet up here.
The
apparently.
other staircase on this level had to be somewhere, right?
I think we go right and just keep going further away from the entrance, and then prevents us from needing to double back at the very least.
Fair
I
enough.
say we go away from the smell. If even Loarshik won't eat it, whatever's down there, it must be truly awful.
I mean,
It
no, I
doesn't.
wouldn't get anything wrong.
It doesn't smell all that bad on the left side. We should be real careful, as is tradition.
To the left.
So I think Savas is the only one that wants to go to the right. So left it is.
All right.
No, left.
What?
Don't worry about it.
And then let's just go here. Oh, well. This person looks real bad. He's just sort of pointing at the skeleton in the corner.
Savas knows bones. Savas will try to figure out what happened to these
Go
bones.
making a medicine check.
Medicine. That's new. That one.
The,
I'm not good
the
at medicine
bones is
checks.
where you do medicine.
Well, if you're trying to do forensics, it would be medicine.
Mostly, it wasn't less of like forensics. What the fuck happened to it? More as like just Savas as being Savas and going, yes, I know what to do with this.
Go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
Okay.
Your combination of the two of them, it's like you're not really sure what killed them, but they don't appear to have any physical damage.
Okay.
The bones are undamaged.
All right. Anything around him?
Nope. It's just him lying, and there's no clothes either. Just
No clothes.
So
Savas sort of shrugs. No clothes. Don't know what killed him. No marks on the bones.
I'm not very good at seeing things. Can we get one of you good seers to get up here? Because I feel like there's something wrong with this hallway.
There is a large mosaic on the floor.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Go and make. Are you just walking in?
Cautiously, yes, being very observant.
Go and make a perception check, please. You're not really sure if there's anything there.
The floor appears to be made of floor.
It would be. That is generally speaking what it means.
Vidar's gonna do a sweep of the room as he walks in too.
Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. You notice that the symbol itself is painted on, not in blood, but it is definitely weird. And there appears to be something, like there's these four, like, sort of miniature obelisks coming out of the ground that are in a different type of stone. They're dark stone. They appear to be linked in some way, shape, or form. And it does appear to be trapped somehow.
Phalanx, be careful where you step. This seems suspicious. Would anybody recognize this symbol on the floor? I'm kind of going to describe the symbol to everybody behind me.
Can we move farther in to get more of us in, or no?
Perhaps if we don't go in between those obelisks.
Agreed. He sort of steps in and steps north. He says, and he just sort of looks at you guys. He's like, it seems to be okay. Just don't cross the line, maybe. Loershik, we make a history check for me, and Sabas, please make a history check for me as well.
I meant to ask, were the bones humans? Human bones?
They were human bones.
Okay. That was my assumption. I realized I should just probably actually make sure.
That's good. That's good to get clarification. Sabas, you recognize this symbol,
Oh god.
but you're not really sure what from. You get what I mean?
Yeah, Savas sort of looks, ponders, And size.
If you'd like to make a religion check, that could maybe be more specific.
I'm worse at religion, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Savas goes, I've seen this somewhere. I can't figure out where.
It's definitely associated with one of the gods. You're just not really sure which one.
Something to do with the god. I don't know which. I could not tell you myself.
Oh, no. Okay.
With that kind of prompting, would Vidar perhaps recognize it maybe as Verald related
Sure.
religion roll, or which one should I roll?
Religion or history. Religion or history. Okay. You recognize this as an ancient symbol, not of Ferald Forge Master, but of a god that you very ever hear about as Infold the Ill-Tempered. Oh,
Okay.
I'll send that to to our message so you guys know how to spell it.
If this is a symbol of the gods, there's only so many it could be. And despite not being common, this would have to be, through process of elimination, Infold, would it not?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not at all. No clue. Technician, will you make a perception check for me?
It is floor.
You feel your backpack vibrating.
Hmm.
It is floor that is interacting with the eye. We might want to be on our way immediately.
Bolo kneels down and he sort of grabs a handful of dust in one of the corners and he goes and blows it over the little square, and you guys can see the smallest little shine of a string, like a little cable or like a little fishing line wire that you've ever seen before. Right. Don't step inside. And he goes upward and he's like, how is this a dead end? What is it with this place and being in dead ends? Pull on that torch or something. Flesh render.
Pulling the torch.
And the door swings off to the side.
You seem to be better at observing things today.
He is quite observant. I've noticed that. Red boy, are you alright? You haven't been very talkative.
My strengths are killing things and
Oh.
talking to people sometimes.
Make sure you keep that hammer ready, right?
There appears to be some sort of vines in this room.
Oh, shoot. Be very careful. What color are they?
Brownish, slightly reddish, maybe?
Right, so it might not be vine creeper. Just be very careful. Can you peek around the side for me?
Yes, further down the hall it spreads all the way across the floor.
Are they going into the wall, or are they just on top of it?
It appears they are coming out of the far wall.
Oh, then we're fine. There might be a vine creeper on the other wall, on the other side. We just need to be careful and keep our bearings as to where we are relative to that. So,
If we catch it on fire from this side, does it lose its grip and does it die?
It would definitely lose its grip. I don't know if it would die right away, but it would definitely start to try and run away. Maybe torch it. Any
Starting
sort
a
of,
fire in a confined space might lead to asphyxiation.
for those of us that can breathe, yes. So I would recommend against it. Maybe poke it, stab it. You have daggers or something, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna just poke it with a dagger.
Um,
I actually have actual physical daggers as well. So.
Okay, so you pull a physical dagger out and you start like poking it. It doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't respond to it at all. What happened?
It appears nothing.
Oh, so it's either inert or it's just not one. It's probably not a thing. That sort of gives us a sign that it's not alive. So, moving forward, I guess, right?
When I walk through this area, I'm gonna be careful to not step on any of the. It appears there's not any torches at this end of the hall.
Oh no. Well,
There is one right here.
I guess pull on it maybe? He sort of pushes past Sabas.
We're gonna give this torch a tug.
You pull it. The door opens on the far side.
I feel like at this point we should just pull on every torch. Seems to be the theme of today, of this dungeon.
That's true. He sort of moves behind you, like being very careful not to step on the roots. As you guys get deeper and deeper, you notice that the walls are sort of humming with the sound of mechanical efficiency. Everything around you is sort of moving or feels like it's like vibrating at like a very low frequency.
Speaking of vibrating, is my backpack still losing its mind?
It is.
Worse or same as before?
Same as before.
Okay. I'm going to step into this room and see what I see.
Sure. Go and make a perception check, please.
Come on! I'm overdue.
You don't really notice anything except that the sort of roots and vines are very clearly dead material. Now that you're looking at it, you can tell like that these haven't been alive for a long time.
The vines in here appear to be dead. There are 2 more torches. And I believe I see where there might be another door.
What do you mean by that? And then as you're looking at the ground, you can definitely tell that like some of the stone is like scraped smooth in like a circular fashion.
These scrapings on the ground, they appear to be where doors would be.
Interesting. Well, why don't you pull, Red Boy? Why don't you pull on that torch right there and see what happens?
Pull on the torch.
And it
Make a strength check to see if I rip it off the wall.
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and try.
Fuck this torch.
No, you do not pull it off the wall. You pull it successfully. And
Today on the game dies in a gas explosion.
directly in front of Loershik, it opens up to something that is very familiar to you, Loershik. There is a stone coffin mounted to the wall in this small room in front of you.
Hey, Callum.
Yeah? No.
I think you could
Nope.
just
No.
please. Please.
You're watching him, and he like moves over to it, and it's like he's bumping into a wall.
Like right where the door was, he's
Mhm.
bumping into a wall. Interesting.
When
It looks like Callum
when I
can't
say-
get in there.
when I
close.
say no, I mean genuinely no. I cannot do it.
There's something arcane protecting the coffin.
Which is why we need to not touch it. I'm just.
Callum advises us to touch it.
The Savage sort of cocks your head and goes, "I never called this for a while. Usually, you don't touch the arcane coffins until you have a mage, but those are illegal now.
Sabis is correct. I believe the
That's gonna
first
make my
time
job significantly harder.
I believe the first time we encountered a coffin, I told you to not touch it and to leave it alone. Yes, it kind of worked out, but
We have a
Savis-
100% success rate.
Savis picks
you
up the
have n
pickaxe and
equals
goes,
1. This is crap data.
Savis sort of lifts up her pickaxe and goes, "We could get there eventually. I mean, I don't know. Will the wall stop us?" And she's gonna go and poke where the wall probably is with her finger.
You go to touch it and you can move past it. There doesn't seem...
Savis goes, "Well, it doesn't stop me. I mean,
Are you gonna touch it?
no."
Are you gonna touch the
She's gonna-
coffin?
She's poking where the wall would be and just like looking back and going, "We have the option."
And basically, Sabis is literally standing where Callum is, but Callum's like trying to push in, and she's just moving freely where the wall is for Callum.
So I was just gonna choo 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 just to annoy him.
I step in, I step out. I step in, I step out.
Basically, just doing that with her hand. Just woo, 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 woo.
What are you doing, Lorishik?
What does the coffin look like?
It looks like an ancient. For us, it would look like an ancient Mayan style. Solid, not solid stone. There's like definitely seams, but it's like a jade encrust, like jade adorned giant. When I say giant, it's like 12 feet long. Sarcophagus that's mounted onto the wall.
So I am an archaeologist, which means I can basically determine the value of things that are more than a century old. So specifically, that was related to art.
Priceless.
Coffins usually are, and basically, I want to just know how much work was put into this compared to some of the masonry
Hundreds of hours.
around. Hundreds of hours. Okay. So whatever this is, Savage sort of looks around, and investigates it, and goes, "Yeah, whatever this is was for someone very important. We'll probably piss them off by touching it. If they're still around, they might have moved on, but
Lorishik,
they're protected by magic."
What would you like to do?
Do I recognize any markings on it? Does it look similar to the one Callum was in, or in the first?
Go ahead and make a history check at advantage for me, please. Man,
Hey,
just
can I
poopy rolls?
can
all
I
together.
use Will of the Old King?
Yes, you may use Will of the Old King on that.
Okay, thanks. Do I get another advantage roll, or do I just get one?
You
roll?
get one additional d20. Better. This definitely predates the modern lizard man tongue and like the lizard folk in general, your modern perception of them, and dates back to probably around the time when Vidar existed initially, even predating Callum. Because you recognize very little of it, but the vast majority of symbols and things that you can read that are incomprehensible to almost everybody, the big one that you read is blood and honor are the two symbols that are recognizable for you.
I point out the symbols to the group and say, these mean blood and honor. It looks older than even Callum. And I look to Callum and ask, Callum, given how young you are, is there anything you recognize?
No. Not at all. I don't see
By any
nothing at all in here. I do see, though, from this side, and he's like sort of got his head like canted to the side. The entire thing is leaded in temper. The whole thing.
I look to Vidar and say, Callum says this entire thing is temper. Do you see anything?
By any chance,
move
is
out of the
the
way.
language on it the language that Vidar knows?
It is.
How much of it beyond blood and honor would be interesting things to read?
There's literally an entire manuscript of just titles for the person that lies in this cage. and its name is Anak Samut. Anak Samut, Lord of Dragons, is the full title. Is like the first title that's on there, and then every title under that is listed essentially just like holdings and people he's in charge of, and like conqueror of this place, and like literally just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Sorry, spelling on that?
ANAK dash SAMUT. Anak Samut.
Vidar is going to take the time to read all of the titles in a semi-condescending tone, like mock. Like, oh, this guy is super important. He's Lord of Dragons,
And at the very bottom, it says Heiress of the Blood Throne.
This really seems like do not fuck around with territory. However,
However, comma, I really want to touch
however,
it.
comma, I want to touch it. I want to touch it.
There's always one person in every group that needs to touch everything.
I'm an archaeologist.
You are
This
an
is like
archaeologist.
I am supposed to touch the shit. Okay, well, not really. That's kind of unprofessional. She's touching the shit eventually.
Doesn't belong in your hands. It belongs in a museum.
So
it belongs in my hands right now.
So are you, Vidar? Are you actually going to read it out loud to everybody?
yeah.
Yeah. So you read it, and all of the titles, all the way up until the very last one, are in male pronouns, but the bottom one is the only one that's in female pronoun.
Is anybody familiar with the Blood Throne?
The blood throne is a condition that people suffer after eating bad fish.
Bolo just starts cracking up with a very wheezy laugh. He's like, right. Oh, that was very funny. I did not expect that at all. So, I'm voting that we leave it alone.
Savis is spinning her pickaxe and going, I'm scared, but there's probably something worth my time in here.
Yes, but we have a mission, do we not? You guys came in here with a purpose. We do it on the way out.
I have already made my position on poking skeletons perfectly clear.
Savis will put her pickaxe away and go, I agree with Bolo. I'll come back here later.
Indeed.
With the pickaxe.
She's not go. One thing we need to do though is close the door so that nobody gets it before we do. And he sort of does finger guns at you guys. He's like, yeah.
Vidar's now standing next to the torch, and he kind of pushes it up back into position.
And the door just goes and closes back up. And Bolo
Phalanx moves over to this torch.
Bolo just starts going and kicking dirt all over the floor, like kicking the sort of like dust everywhere to cover up the like scraping ground part. All right, Phalanx, go ahead and pull the thing. Pull the thing.
Compliance. Yeah, I forgot to say that last part out loud. Pull the torch.
You pull the torch, and the door opens. Right, what we got going on in here then?
There is more floor.
Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. He sort of
There
moves
is a
in.
snake mosaic.
From the back, Vidar is going to call out and say, remember, the traps in the last room were hard to find. Keep an eye out.
It's very true. I think we should stay away from the mosaic. Just stay off of it. Maybe look elsewhere.
Gonna investigate up this way.
Go ahead.
Like, I know it's an 18, but I'm still not happy about it. I have a plus 11.
That's still terrible. We haven't really gotten any good rolls this game.
I've gotten terrible rolls for like the last 3 sessions. I think.
As you're looking, there are definitely holes in the wall down this entire hallway that you're in front of, technician. And there are arrows, just all along the floor.
Dart traps in the walls.
How tall are they?
How tall are they?
Basically they go from, they're like 3 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet. Because the ceilings here are like 9 feet, so they go like the first 2 feet, the first 3 feet on the bottom, and then the top 2 feet down, and they're like a foot or 2 feet down. So basically they're at set intervals.
They start at the 3-foot mark and go up in prime intervals.
Oh, so then I can just crawl, I could crawl underneath, right?
I think most of us could crawl underneath, yes.
And directly, in front of you on the ground, there is a pressure plate.
Are there holes in the walls on either side of me?
They are, both sides.
Okay. I would like to try to disarm the pressure plate.
Sure. Do you have Tinker's tools with you?
Yes.
Go and use
I don't even have to look.
intelligence is the. I don't know if it asks you every time you use it, but that's how.
I also have proficiency with them.
That's what it should be doing, is asking you what ability score you want to use with it. Loershik, would you like to do anything during this time period, or are you just?
I would like to do a history check on the mosaic.
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, more specifically, I have thieves' tools, which I can turn into tinker's tools.
Then just use intelligence with the thieves' tools.
Got it.
That's perfectly fine. So you would sort of pull up the pressure plate, and you are able to disable this specific portion of the trap. And yeah, it does seem to be disarmed.
I have disarmed a portion of the hallway. I'm going to move up and try to find the next pressure plate. Are they... Sorry, have I seen other pressure plates, or...
You have not?
Okay, well, I'm going to just try to find the next one up.
Loershik, when it comes to your culture, this is a sort of recognizable symbol, but seems to predate your current modern versions of it by a long time.
Hey, Sabas, do you recognize this snake?
Sabas, go ahead and make a history check, please, at advantage.
Yeah. I was about to ask. 22.
This basically is the ancient version of a modern sort of Ouroboros, or like, it's not really Ouroboros, it's basically a snake with the head on each end that is supposed to basically do the circumference of the world and then break the world in half. That's like a sort of prophecy that the lizard folk have had forever, but this appears to be one of the original like drawings of it.
Okay, yeah, Savos will relay that and just comment. Wherever we are, it's almost certainly lizard folk in design. I've noticed it from the way we walked in.
We saw that giant worm in the mountains a long time ago, right?
Yeah, Jormungandr.
Would the story that Sabas has shared with us draw any parallels to seeing that worm?
Absolutely.
Would Vidar have remembered that or made that connection?
Oh, yeah.
Can I pull on the torch that's next to me? Hey, everyone, there's another room over here.
Oh, right. Good job.
Move out of the way to let Bolo go through.
Oh, it appears to be water. Water? Water! Oh, there's more of those gecko heads over here. What we got? There's a little cave in. I'm gonna crawl through. He needs to make a perception check. Okay. Bolo sort of takes a second before he crawls through and casts a sort of spell with like a verdant magic that basically a bunch of like wasps and stuff start swarming him. And he's like, right. He claps his hands and they sort of jut out. And the whole hallway across from him starts glowing green. Don't go in that hallway. And he sort of walks away.
Is it because of the wasps?
No, those are mine. That's how my magic is sort of manifested. It's trapped. The whole thing. Do not go in that hallway. He sort of walks past you guys like under your legs. He comes back to Vidar. Yep. Yep. There's literally so many traps in this hallway. Nope. We're just going to avoid that altogether. How's it going in here?
I was working on the second pressure plate I may have found. I'm not sure yet.
Yes. And he sort of looks and his like thing looks down. Oh, you didn't see it. You can't see it over there. And he sort of like pushes up next to you. Yeah, there's a spike wall at the end of the hallway. We should definitely take care of whatever the next pressure plate is. It looks to be a bit farther down, right? He sort of points at the pressure plate you just noticed. I'll get out of your way then, mate. Right, Red Boy.
All right.
Good find. Let's definitely not go that way. And he's sort of looking at
point
this.
to the fact that Bolo is pointing on top, standing on top of the mosaic as he's saying that.
Oh. Well, it's not trapped, is it?
Good to know.
I think we got lucky this time.
Oh no, we did, and you could definitely tell that he's like sweating, like a drop of sweat goes from his eyebrow into his beard. He's like, "Yes, I'm not nervous at all." He sort
Is
of
it
looks
most
over.
likely that we have multiple trapped routes? Is it the most protected, the direction we want to go, or the least, the most inconspicuous?
I have no idea, to be honest. I don't know what to do at this point. But, Red Boy, could you grab that torch? And you notice that he's actually, without jumping, he's not tall enough to actually grab the torches.
Do you want me to pull it off the wall, or do you want me to just pull on it?
Just put. I mean, if you're strong enough to pull it off the wall, that'd be kind of neat. It'd be fun to watch. He just does this like
I just
wheezing
pull on
laugh.
the torch.
The door opens just to the south of you. You want me to go in first? He just sort of nods at you. I can go in first
Sure.
if you want. Right. Oh, there's 2 staircases down. They go north and south. Shit. And he sort of goes up to the top of them and looks down. It is so hot right here. Oh my god. And like you guys notice that you enter the room and it's like walking into like a huge blow dryer the second you enter this room.
If there are stairs here, should one of us fetch Phalanx, or should we let him continue?
I mean,
Certainly.
let him do what he's doing. If you want to try and disarm that trap technician, you can do it. Yeah.
All right, gonna investigate for more pressure plates.
Okay, go ahead. There are none in this hallway. Like you could go all the way down. There aren't any.
All right, gonna do that then.
There's a huge spike
I'm
wall.
out of vision. I have no more vision, actually.
What do you mean?
I
Torches.
No, I'm just not. I apparently don't have my own vision. I think I was using other people's. Or is it
Using
dim
the
light?
torch.
It's no. I can. Okay, it's dim light. That's what it is.
I checked your token. You can see as far as you can see.
Got it. So there's just a spike wall at the end here. And other than that, it's a dead end.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Technicians.
you do see the grinding like marks on the wall here, but there doesn't appear to be a mechanism from this side in which to open it.
Right. Technician's going to go back to this side and pull on this door.
It does not move.
While I'm in the other room, I pull on the torch that I'm standing next to
No,
see if anything happens.
no
in the
movement.
staircases. Vidar, do you want to pull on that one? I think we should just pull on all the torches, honestly.
You guys pull on all the torches in this room, and none of them move.
We should be careful about pulling on torches. It is likely that one of them becomes trapped. If we make pulling torches the norm, that we could become vulnerable.
That is fair. I'd rather not be caught with my pants down, or so they say.
So since Phalanx doesn't actually know where anybody has gone at this point, he's just going to sort of announce to the room, I have made the hallway safe, but it is a dead end.
We're in here. We're in here, Phalanx. Over here. And you sort of see him. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. And as you step into that hallway, you hear a and, go back down in the hallway real quick. Just so I can illustrate to you what happens. A bunch of, like, darts go and they hit you, and it's just, you just look down, and it's like,
Ha!
you don't feel anything. That's why I said don't go down the hallway. But if you want to check for traps while you're there, please be my guest, mate.
That one seemed less consequential than it could have been.
If it was anyone but a Warforged.
Well, could have been significantly worse.
Yeah. You don't actually see the pressure plate that you stepped on.
Weird.
You're definitely on one of them, or like, so you did something that triggered this whole thing, but you're not really sure what it is. And Bolo,
I appear to be invulnerable to this trap, so I will continue checking.
right, go ahead.
I have no problems with that.
And we just keep hearing, and you're just like, more and more of your like armor is getting pocked with these like little darts as you're like walking down. Go ahead and make another investigation check if you'd like. And he's just sort of come to the hallway to watch you get peppered by these things. Holy shit. You can see that there are actually two doors. One where my mouse is, and then another one on the other side. You can actually see that there are two hidden doors in this hallway.
There are two hidden doors in this hallway, but there does not appear to be a way to open them. Does someone want to come try singing to the hallway?
I mean, I could, but I don't know what to do. Can you block the dots for me?
I'm going to look around for where they're coming from. They're coming from the far end, right?
They're coming from the far end, yeah, the left
Okay.
side.
Are the pressure plates raising up, or is it like one-time use?
From your investigation, technician, it appears to be magical in nature. They have some sort of sensor somewhere that can see something, and that's how it's triggered.
Okay.
The darts are blocked.
You literally are just standing in front of it. Bolo sort of gets in here. Wait. I think I know how this works. Red boy! You, Lawyer Shik, you hear him calling from you from the other room.
I meander.
Right.
Follow.
So,
Yes?
you come to the hallway with me. And he sort of comes down
My
the hallway.
vision stops here. I can't see over there. Follow.
What the heck?
No, it's dim light.
There's no light
You can-
sources down there. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's dim light. You can.
He doesn't
Do you not have dark vision?
doesn't have dark vision. I got you.
I see nothing.
Does your character say that? Like, I physically cannot see.
Yes, it's too dark over here. Do you have a torch?
He sort of lights it up. Right. Come on in. He pulls his torch out. Right. He points at the wall, and he's like, right. And he sort of traces the door. I need you to smash this. Hit it. Just smash it. Because, look, the ground, it doesn't have no marks like the other doors, right? Just get the hammer and just smash it.
I grab my hammer, and I smash it.
Go ahead. Go and roll. You don't have to roll a hit. Go and roll critical damage for me, please.
Is the hallway wide enough that he gets a good swing?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it like an awkward swing?
No. He basically can just whoom sideways and just smash into it. And he sort of like stands there. And you see Bolo's eyes go wide. And he sort of like points at it. And keep in mind, small characters can be in the same space as a medium character. So he literally just says, You need to see this, mate. And Loreshik, you look...
I am busy blocking the darts.
You look in there, and there is the most ornate, solid gold dragon statue that you have ever seen.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. It does not appear to be magical.
What did you check out on the Arcana?
There's a gold statue in here. Very beautiful dragon. Probably trapped.
And technician, as you've been standing here for a couple minutes, you hear just a clicking noise. And no more darts are hitting you anymore.
It is safe. It is out of darts.
As he's walking, there's literally like a huge cloak on his back of like darts that are stuck inside of him that are just red feather tips. It's just all feathers. Literally hundreds of darts are sticking out of him.
Bok, I am a chicken.
Bolo,
Let me see the statue.
Bolo, yeah. So you walk over. Technician.
Investigation.
Or Arcana, either one. It's not magical and it's not trapped. It's just a 2 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot solid gold statue of a dragon.
I'm gonna take it.
You pick it up.
This is mine now. Yes, I touch it.
And you just look at it, and it is probably you've seen a lot of craftsmanship. This is above and beyond anything you have ever seen. It literally looks like the anatomy drawings of a dragon scaled down. Like, it literally is perfect in every way, shape, and form.
This is a magnificent statue. I shall appreciate it until I sell it.
And you also remember that this thing is heavy. It's heavy.
But it goes well on a bag of holding, right?
Yeah. Are you going to show it to Loreshik?
Loreshik, have you ever seen such a magnificent statue? This is much better than your art.
To say again, Loreshik?
I'm doing a history check to see if I recognize the dragon.
You do not.
That's a very beautiful dragon you got there.
Sabis.
I need to name
I
him.
walk away.
Sabis, you say that you can identify old things, right?
Kind of. I mean, I can't tell you exactly who made it or what happened or what it's. I can probably tell you what it's for.
Phalanx.
How much work was put into it.
Show of the thing.
The thing.
And he comes around the corner with a massive golden dragon statue. Like, it's a dragon made of gold. And it's like perfect.
Does this belong in a museum?
I would like to appraise it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check at advantage, please.
Yep. Let me open this and bam, bam, bam.
If you were
22.
to melt it down into coins, it would probably be 10 to 15,000 coins. But if you were to have it appraised, it would probably be appraised at 10 or 15 times that.
Okay.
So, in other words, it's priceless. It is
Abbas.
such a thing that it's like, holy shit. And you also notice that it is not just gold. All of the underbelly scales are platinum.
Sabbath sort of like puts her hands together and goes, "That's probably worth as much as that the coffin outside was."
Vidar, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Just the gold alone is worth 15,000.
There's an engraving in your language that you can read on the bottom of the statue that says Anak Samut.
I'll be honest, that might piss off the gods more than opening the coffin.
Vidar is going to point out. Does this look like it is a reference to who the statue is of, or who it belongs to?
If my knowledge of crafting is correct, that is most likely the signature of the maker of the statue.
That would be the name of the person in the coffin that we previously found. They appeared to have
Yes,
been
the very
great
dead
craftsmen.
person.
And
The very still dead person.
There's
appears to have been a
another
great craftsman.
engraving on the belly scales that says the voice of the ill-tempered.
Sabbath is gonna like sort of look at the statue and go, "I think we should bring this to the coffin."
I disagree.
I think we should put it back.
That too.
Genuinely, I don't think we should take it with us.
It is worth probably more than all of us combined.
What-
We are not here to find Infold, so we probably do not need to speak with Infold's voice.
What do you think, What do you think, Red Boy?
Bolo, I thought that you wanted to take anything that was valuable.
Yes, but from what Sabas is
There's-
saying, there's a difference between valuable and theft.
There are tiers of valuable. Anything we take from here, almost certainly grave robbing. Touching a coffin, probably pissing off the spirits.
There's,
Taking something the coffin probably made, worth more than the entirety of the person and persons who are taking it.
he just looks.
I
at
actually think the walls will crush it and kill us.
He looks at you guys and says, "Right. So, in my history of going through places that have dead people in them, statues like that are not left in the open for a reason." How
You're
little?
not wrong.
how-
However, the last time that we opened a coffin, we've made a new friend. I won't divulge, but realistically, as long as we don't steal it and take it from this parent tomb, we may be able to speak to Anak Samut, and that could be very helpful in what we're trying to accomplish, at least.
Maybe it's a focus or something. Well, do we have anywhere that we could put it for the time being? We can keep it with
I had
us.
put it somewhere until you asked me to show it to Sabas.
I would imagine that if we find this one, there may be 3 others, given there were 4 pedestals in that first room that we were in.
Oh. Well, you didn't
There
think-
was another room over here in the dart hallway that turned me into a chicken.
I think either we leave it or we use it to find out something else about this dungeon because, well, there's a coffin with the artist's name on it. There's pedestals, shrines. Maybe it's a key.
It could be a lot of things, but I think that Phalanx should put it in his bag and hold on to it for the time being. We just don't leave it there for someone else to take it. We keep it with us here, right? It's up to you, though. I'm gonna leave it up to Red Boy because it's like
Technician, I think that it would be best to
Who
not
is technician?
hide it. Sorry. You know, engineer names.
Bolo locks eyes with you, and then locks eyes with Vidar. And Vidar, you already know that so all of you don't even need to make an insight check. He knows exactly who you are now.
I grab my maul and I look back at Bolo.
And he puts his hands up.
Tavis just
And
laughing.
he pulls down his bracer, and he has a Hodieger tattoo on his arm.
I take my disguise off.
And he puts his bracer back up, and he's like,
Technician is going to drop his disguise, and he's going to kind of facepalm.
Sabas is just gonna sit down and start laughing hysterically.
Vidar is gonna go, "What? Who are these people?"
Double down. Presidential strategy there. Good job.
Bolo looks at you and he says, "Are we like on a big mission here, or what are we doing?"
Yes.
Can you be honest with me?
Real quick, I have some business I must attend to, and Technician is just going to turn to Lorechik and say, "You fuckface."
I apologize, Technician. You know me.
This was going so well until you said my name.
Well, no, I've known who you were since last night. This guy, and he points at Vidar. He's like, I caught it right away. It's not that hard to figure out who you are if you're close enough. Wouldn't have known if I didn't get close enough to you guys. But that being said, I'm on your side. I don't believe you did it. I believe that something else huge is going on, and I want to be in it.
I will take a very muscle goblin with a gun anytime.
We are here to try to speak to a dead god. Now, that might be an estimate, but I am slightly doubtful of that. We are here to find who the first brother? Was that it?
Yeah.
We are here to find the first brother.
Interesting. No idea what that means, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
You are mostly caught up with us then.
Yep. Right. So.
There was another door back here. We should go smash it.
Before we go smash anything, I would advise that we don't hide anything that we pick up. Out of fear that
I'm simply
it's
holding
going
it.
away. Let's not put it in any bags, for example.
Well,
I am extremely
very
curious about the statue in the
frustratedly.
coffin.
Very frustratedly, Technician is just going to kind of shove it into Lorechik's chest. You hold it.
I take it and I set it on the ground right next to me over here.
okay.
Technician, would you mind showing me where this other door is?
Yes, it is back over here.
In Loershik's defense, this area seems pretty abandoned.
It's right here.
It
The other
doesn't-
door is right here.
Okay, that other side. Yeah, got it.
Can you guide me, Technician? It seemed there's
This
There you
way.
go.
Follow- can we borrow
Follow my
your torch?
voice.
Bolo,
I do have a torch.
Bolo comes with you.
Sabas is gonna pull out her gem of holding as to not waste resources. Gem of holding, gem of brightness. Sorry.
Okay.
Gem of,
I'm just
gem
putting.
of
I'm
holding.
putting
Gem
Bolo
that
down
you can
here.
hold.
I'm putting Bolo down here so you guys have vision. So.
Bolo, can you walk just a little bit closer to me? Thank you so much. And I
What's
I smashed the
from
door.
your oh wow, yeah, you literally can. Okay,
I see nothing.
You wanna give me a light source considering I have the gem of holding?
Do we know what the range is on it?
30 feet bright, 30 feet dim.
Damn. Yeah, I can do that. Here you go. Token vision.
Considering I'm
There you go.
as literally
You have
everything she has.
definitely have it now.
Cool. Yeah, so Sabas will lead way. Holding a bright little gem.
Go ahead and make a.
Like baby.
Oh damn! So Loershik goes and smashes this door down, and there's nothing.
Nice.
Just an empty room.
Technician, that other hallway you were in that you disarmed, are there rooms in there by chance?
Dead end.
Technically, this hallway was a dead end as well, right?
Yes, but I did not see any doors, and I pulled the torch, and there was nothing at the end of the hallway. More specifically, the torch did not budge.
Sabbath's thought is we should take the statue to some sort of pedestal. Of which, I mean, we had 4 obelisks earlier, but also the coffin. I don't know. I'm kind of locked into the idea that the coffin and the statue might do something.
Was there any sign of anything that might have previously been in that second room back there?
No, that literally is just completely empty.
I have an idea. Rap is going to pick up the statue and place it in the middle of the I keep wanting to say Ouroboros, but that's wrong. Whatever the symbol on the floor
Jormungandr?
is. Jormungandr, thank you.
You put it down and nothing happens.
Sabbath just thinks, could we try the coffin? It's right there.
I imagine that putting these relics on the pedestals in the first room will unlock the arcane barrier around the coffin. But we can try.
Well, do we need to unlock the arcane barrier? I mean, I could already open it. She just kind of points to the pickaxe and the fact that she could walk right through it.
Because the
Maybe
arcane barrier only affected Callum.
I imagine that the barrier drops and whatever is inside comes to life. Or it's a door to a tomb room. It's quite large. It is 12 feet tall after all.
Wait, so you were worried about pissing off a spirit in a coffin that was in a room that it most likely could not have gotten out of?
Who knows? Callum couldn't get in, but we don't know if there's a physical embodiment of something in there or if it's just a hidden room on the other side, a staircase. It could be anything.
It could also be keeping whatever's in there inside.
But perhaps what's in there is something that we want out.
Or not. Look at this. Look at the ground right here. It says there's going to be a worm that destroys the world, right? Maybe we should.
Polo, I like your instincts.
Yeah, they're called survival. Most of us are equipped with them.
Vidar's going
Sabbath
to
sort of shrugs. The only 2 things we found of significant importance are the pedestals, the statue, this tapestry, and the coffin. We have more to explore. We have the entirety of the rotten area stairway and then the dark side of the cave. But I feel like we should, put things together and see what works, so to speak. I feel like sitting around here and worrying about what's safe or not. We're looking for something that we have no idea what to find. I mean, okay, so really, we've exhausted all options on this side, except for the staircase over here, right? On the right side?
And the green glow, what was that, Bolo?
Which?
The hallway with the green stuff?
Oh, that was the putrid room. They smell real bad.
Yeah, that was way back up the stairs to the right side. We've got these 2 stairs, which might go somewhere. We could check that out. I don't know if we did. I might have missed that.
It's very hot in that room. That was like the description I gave, is that the 2 stairs lead down. You're not really sure what's down there, but it's very hot.
Gotcha. Yeah, all my friends got back home after as you were going through that, so I missed a few things. But my thought is, take the things that we have that are special, put them together, see what works, if anything does work. The archaeologist brain of the rogue is going, take the pickaxe, smack open the coffin, figure out what's there.
I feel like these hallways have lots of hidden things in them that are being hidden for a reason. If they are hidden from the coffin or hidden...
This entire place is hidden.
This is also a place that no one's ever come into for a really long time.
We're the first to have been here for a very long time.
Yes.
This place is hidden. Everything in here is hidden, as is this place.
But
all of this is unfamiliar.
We don't know if it's a prison or if it's just preservation. Because there's 2 types. There's 2 types of ruins. There's ruins to preserve history, and there's ruins to imprison something.
Yeah. So being an archaeologist, there is a feature where to know what a dungeon or area or ruins was meant to be for. So Savvis would have figured that out.
From what you've gathered, this is absolutely a prison.
Okay.
Absolutely a prison.
So that will be relayed. This is a prison, for sure. It seems to have also doubled up as a religious site, but most likely originally intended to be a prison.
So your suggestion is we release the prisoner.
But we don't know if the person in the coffin is a prison or if it's something else. Because you said that you're going to
So-
try and find an old dead god. Am I right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's his prison.
It is worth trying.
That's what
mean,
I'm suggesting. I suggest we
it's-
try and we don't force the issue. I'm not going to go hit in a coffin with that until it's the last option we have.
Vidar, what do you think?
If the engravings on the statue of the dragon indicate that the coffin is likely the voice of Infold, the ill-tempered, which was the mark that we saw on the trap in the first room. We are not looking for Infold. So likely the voice of the ill-tempered is likely equally ill-tempered.
Well, it's
I don't know if that's a
Well,
name given out of
God's.
maybe
Sorry.
Infold is related to your old dead god. I mean, I'm not smart by any means. I have survival instincts, and that's about it. When it comes to book knowledge, nothing at all. But
God's names change over time,
true.
and different societies give different names to different gods. What we know as what is the old brother might not have been called that. Who
Sure.
knows? Maybe the old brother's just a pissed off dude. Or
I
gal.
touched the coffin.
Hang on there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Where's Lowershik?
Loreshik's like, we're done.
Everyone's having this conversation. Loreshik is like, I'm out. Walks over. Stay right where you are, technician. I saw that.
I just
Stay
said,
where
where's
you are.
Lowershik? And then I went to go find him. Okay.
You went to go find him. You turn around. Loreshik, you touch the coffin with your hand, right? I need you to make a wisdom throw at disadvantage, please. A wisdom saving throw at disadvantage. Perfect. You touch the coffin.
Can he cross and grits that?
He can if he would like to. Yeah, I can't hear you.
I will cross and grits it.
'Kay.
I don't have that as the.
You don't. I haven't
ability
added
still,
it
right?
yet, so go ahead and
Okay,
go
cool.
and just roll again.
Is this a disadvantage roll or is it normal roll?
This is a normal roll. This is just a d20. You touch the coffin, and all at once, you watch as your arm turns to jade, all the way up your arm, and it crawls up, and literally it takes about 3 seconds for it to crawl over you. And does your character scream, or what do you do? How does the Loreshik react?
Do I feel pain?
No. It feels very cold.
I yell. Guys.
And you go, guys, and as you do this, everybody else runs in there, and Loreshik is touching the coffin and has turned completely to jade. And with that, we're going to end this episode of Soulforged. We're going to leave it on a cliffhanger. I don't actually know if we are playing next week. We haven't really figured that out, but I will probably post it in the Discord if we are. If not, I might try and convince.
Loreshik's a rock now. Woo!
I might convince some other people to do it. I think we might be doing a one shot with Moxie Jenkins, Purge, and Gareth next week around this time.
Okay.
I don't know where I think they're out of country or they're on the West Coast, so I have to figure out. They messaged me today, so
Yeah, just look up the nearest Dota tournament. They're probably casting at it.
they're doing Western European DPC. So I don't know where they're doing it out
Yeah.
of, but I have to message them. But hopefully we can get that going. It's gonna be Christmas themed, so it's gonna be amazing. I've already written it. So yeah, I hope we see everybody the week after that. I think it is the first. No, not the first. The 4th of January would be the next time we play. Thanks for that 1-0-man chat. Thanks for everyone else who subscribed. I think DS Warden gave some people. I appreciate
Yep.
you guys. Thanks for sticking around for Soulforged. And we will see you next time we play. It should be 2 weeks if we don't play next week. So yeah, everyone have a great week. Stay safe. Do the cool thing. And be excited for
Don't do
next
that.
week. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
My battery is almost dead, and my friend is yelling at me. So adios.
Bye.